Okay, it's the next day and the Queen's apartments was an absolute disaster. I spent a couple of hours walking around looking at other hotels and actually found one, decent one, just around the corner. It's the Sakura serviced apartments. They're fake, but they're Japanese cherry blossoms, and it's a much nicer hotel than that disaster. Anyway, I'm going to go and take my key back and I'll show you the room in the hallway, and you'll be able to see why I walked out of there straight away. What the hell? I'm not even sure what these cubicles are. Looks like some sort of nightclub or a knock shop or... Here's the room. It might even seem okay on camera, but I can tell you what, it's nasty and it smells nasty. I purposely messed up the bed before I left just to see if anyone would come in the following 24 hours to do housekeeping. They obviously haven't. What? I mean, lion. What? Anyway, it probably doesn't come out on camera how nasty it is, but believe me. Nice little tear in the wall below the air conditioning unit. Nasty bathroom. Anyway, that's enough of that. Let's get the flock out of here. I mean, look. At that. Unbelievable. We're getting the hell out of Dodge. Thank you. And we ain't ever coming back. There you go, warning to everyone. Queen Central, avoid it like the plague. Just heading out to do some sightseeing and it started to pour down. It's a bit unusual for it to rain in the middle of the day. Well, since I've been here, it usually rains at night. It's usually short-lived, so I'll just stop off underneath the awning at the Tipsy Wine Bar. I won't be getting a wine, not at this time of the day. Okay, you don't have to walk far to get to the high-class part of town. I'm here in what seems to be the luxury shopping quarter of Saigon. You can see the building behind me, some sort of shopping mall that I won't be going into. Across the road, some posh looking building, and there's some mall office building there, palm trees, very nice, but let's keep walking. On the other side, now there's a view. Anyway, let's go say hello to Uncle Ho. There he is, the man himself, or a statue of the man himself, Ho Chi Minh, 1890 to 1969. Starting to rain again. Maybe I should go into one of these department stores and check out some Gucci or Chanel. Lol. It's coming down again, monsoon style. Look at that nasty rain. Jesus! Looks like I'm stuck under this awning for a bit longer. Alright, for someone that doesn't like shopping, I've made the erudite decision to come to the local markets. I don't plan to buy anything, of course, but I always like walking around the markets. It's the energy of the place, and it's good just to check out all the bargains. Sometimes you might buy something or other, but unlikely. Anyway, it's good to check out all the foods and the arts and crafts and souvenirs. Seeing all the people trying to make a living. Ooh, can you hear that rain coming down? No thanks. It's a good place to shelter from the rain in the meantime, and this might be my only outing for the day. These little narrow alleyways. Hello! Are particularly interesting. Everyone inviting you into their stores to buy their stuff. There is some blue sky over there, so maybe it'll stop soon. Who knows? Here it is, the welcoming sign. Welcome to Bentan Market. I actually feel a bit bad not buying anything. These people are trying so hard to make a living. But there's just no room on the motorbike, sorry. All right, as fun as that was, 15 minutes was probably my dash. There's only so much you can take walking around markets not wanting to buy anything. This is more my cup of tea. Looking at massive buildings with no one working on them. What's that all about? There's some completed buildings next door. Maybe that's the financial district. But that old puppy just seems weird. There's no one working on it. We're right in the middle of Saigon now. I'm on my way to the Independence Palace or Reunification Palace. Walking down some pretty cool streets. Lots of green trees. And as everyone will know by now, I like my greenery in the middle of town. It's stopped raining, but it's overcast and muggy as hell. But that's okay. As long as it's not hoofing down, it's all good with me. Here we are at the Independence Palace. I'll give you a closer look. It looks like a kitsch 1970s hotel. It was actually completed in 1966 while the war was still going on. There was attempted bombings of it, and in 1975 a North Vietnamese tank rolled through the front gates, which was a symbolic ending of the Vietnam War. You can go inside for a tour. The grounds are very well kept around it. There's guards and all that. As you can see, lots of people having their photo taken, but that's enough for me. Short and sweet, on to the next. So just an end note, the palace is currently used for government meetings, and obviously they get a bit of coin out of it from guided tours. I actually quite like the park across the road. It's sort of densely wooded, which gives it a bit of a haunted forest feeling, which is cool. Alrighty, we're here at the street food hall. Let's see if we can find ourselves some lunch. Banh mi. Seafood. I wonder if you can get a decent burger here. Lots of different choices going on. Okay, I've had a request from Doug from New Zealand and his girlfriend B to have some more food footage. So let's see what we can get for them. Ooh, meaty stuff. That looks good. Okay, I've decided to go for the pork belly and rice. That's it there. That's the pork belly. Let's see what it looks like when it turns up on my plate. So this is what it looks like served up. Not quite as attractive as the display. But anyway, let's see what it tastes like. Unfortunately, in the prep, they cut the fat off the side of it, which is quite disappointing because the fat's where the flavour is. Maybe they're weight conscious over here. But no, fat's good for you and sugar's the new evil. Anyway, cheers. It's okay. It's not particularly amazing. Maybe because it's not where the locals eat. This food hall is clearly aimed at the tourists. It's just down the road from the Imperial Palace. But it fills the gap. I think the best local meal I've had was when I did the tuk-tuk ride or the rickshaw ride in the ancient city of Hue. And the guy took me to the place and I had a pho bo and it was outstanding, like really good. But anyway, you should never complain when you've got a meal in front of you. So it's pretty good, and I've got a nice cold beer to wash it down with, so cheers to that. And that was the pork belly and fried rice. Pretty good value, okay meal, but it certainly hit the spot. Fill the gap, and hope you enjoyed that bee and Doug, and I'll try and find something a bit more interesting for the next one. Made it to the Museum of Ho Chi Minh City. Pretty impressive looking building there. Hey, how are you? Happy street vendor there. This used to be a palace, imperial palace for some imperial people. So it's generally about the development of Ho Chi Minh or Saigon as a city over time. Interesting enough, here's some photographs of the city over time from back in the day. Quite impressive all up. Behind me is a map of the city. Big old place. The building itself is quite impressive, I'd say. I don't know much about architecture, but I dare say it's done in French colonial style. Impressive stairway. Let's head up and see what we can find. It's a bit empty up here, surprisingly. Very important part of Saigon's development, the introduction of the scooter. Apparently there's 58 million of them in Vietnam now, and it shows when you get out on the road amongst them. The view's actually better from the back of the museum. Check this out. This is definitely where you'd set up the outdoor bar. That was interesting enough. Worth the $2 entry fee. On we go. You've got to love the pro-independence billboards. You can't fault them for that, that's for sure. Okay, I'm in the middle of Saigon City, and there seems to be some sort of fairway down the middle of the city. You can see the statue of Ho Chi Minh in behind me. In front of me, you've got a sort of parade way, and there is the city around it. There's the square. Yeah, statue of Ho Chi Minh. And some older buildings, new buildings, and full circle. It's quite clean and tidily and orderly, which is nice. Righty, taking a stroll down what I would call a parade way. It's a big gap in the middle of the buildings. Be interesting to know if they used it for public celebrations or anything like that. It's nice to be in a uncrowded open space though, in the middle of a big bustling city. There's a modern looking building there. Up the top it says Times Square. I'm not sure if that's the name of the place where I'm walking, but it's pretty cool. Nice to be out and about. Plenty of tourists around here. There's another modern looking sleek office building. I think it's an office building. It's got a heliport on the side of it. I think it's a heliport. This looks like a cool building. Looks like there's a lot of different restaurants and cafes on the various floors underneath the Times Square building. Here's another building under construction coming up. Just looking at it. Can't see anyone on it. Can't see any cranes moving. I'd love to know the answer. If anybody out there knows why there's no one on these buildings in Vietnam, let me know in the comments below. There it is. In between and behind those two buildings. I'm looking hard. Can't see any activity on it at all. There's the helicopter landing pad on the side of the building. Very interesting, Saigon. You've certainly delivered. And thanks for stopping raining as well. Beat spending the rest of the day in the hotel editing video footage. I'm here at the end of the strip, and there's a river that runs through Saigon. I'm looking across it, and there's lots of impressive development going on. As you can see, plenty of high rises over there. back to the walkway. I found another nice open part of the city. There's a beautiful greenway down there that takes you down to the boardwalk. And in behind me is the Saigon Opera House or Concert Hall. Beautiful looking building, surrounded by the ever-present high-rises and hotels. Here's the greenway that I just showed you. And a nice hotel on the corner there. Before coming back full circle. Don't think I'll be heading off to see any opera tonight, but anyway, it's another landmark to tick off. And that, adventure travellers, is a wrap for Vietnam. I hope you've enjoyed this journey with me, travelling across the country. If we look at the map, you can see the route taken from Hanoi in the north, just over 2,200 kilometres to Saigon in the south. Next up, we're off to Indonesia, so I hope you'll join me travelling through that amazing part of the world also. If you'd like more information on the ride from New Zealand to Ireland, please go to twowheelstoeverywhere.com. As you probably know, I'm raising money for the IHC, which is the organisation in New Zealand that looks after the intellectually disabled community. To find out more about the IHC, please go to ihc.org.nz. If you're enjoying these videos, please consider donating to the IHC. This can be done through my Give a Little page. All the links are in the description below. All donations go directly from Give a Little to the IHC. If you like this video, please give it the big thumbs up. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. And if you'd like to support the channel, please share it with family and friends. And give me some feedback in the comments below. It helps me improve the channel for everyone. As always, thanks for tuning in, travel safe, see you on the road.